Alright, before we get into this video, I'm gonna preface this. Obviously, take everything as a grain of salt, like we always do, but I thought this was pretty interesting to talk about because, I mean, I just like talking about potential leaks and stuff. I mean, I think I like talking about ones that are more credible, the ones that have more legs, because, anybody can go to 4chan, post, whatever. But this one seemingly has more legs. More people are seeming to believe this. I can't exactly grasp why, because I'm not super deep into the leaking community. And you may be wondering, why is there just a white box to the right of me? That's because I'm going to display the list of apparently leaked mega evolutions that are coming to Legends ZA. So from what I gather, apparently, by the way, if you're watching this video and you don't want leaks and spoilers, click off. That's the reason why I haven't put the image on screen right away, because I don't want someone to hover over my spoiler-free thumbnail and have YouTube autoplay and show you immediately, the potential, megas that are getting leaked. There's a specific reason why I'm actually covering this. You'll see in a moment. But yeah, we've got up to a minute now, so I'm gonna 3, 2, 1. Apparently, this is the list of mega evolutions. I think there's some that aren't on here. Apparently, there's 27 of them. And this image has 21 slots, I think. Yes, 21 slots. And 3 of them are empty. So this image has 18 of the 27 apparently we're meant to be getting. So from this Twitter account, it says the final number may exceed 27. What we know is this information doesn't come from the final build. So I guess in a build of Legends ZA, there's 27 mega evolution. There might be more. Now, as for credibility and if I believe it, I don't know. Ku is doing his usual riddles. I honestly have never been able to understand his riddles until he's like properly explained them after the fact. But yeah, apparently these are the Pokemon that will be getting mega evolutions, and you may see on the 4th slot there's a little guy called Scrafty that I've been like, that's been something that's a question for the past decade that I've heard occasionally is, how would you feel if Scrafty got a mega evolution? And honestly, I think I've always answered the same. I don't know. I guess it just depends. It depends if it's cool. Or I think regardless, I will probably love it, or I will find some way to love it because that's my boy Scrafty. And honestly, this is a really interesting topic because, firstly, I think this is a game like where the sole marketing was, oh, Mega Evolution is coming back. So it makes sense that we would get a decent chunk of mega evolutions. I think 27 is a good amount because I think in the original X and Y games, I think we got a little bit more than that. I think we got like 30 something, and then we got like an extra like 18 or something like that. And I know there's like 48 mega evolutions total. I think right now, I guess including primal forms, it's 50 or something, some number like that. I'm not gonna fact check it. It's not important. But the first thing that springs to mind is the starter Pokemon. If the starter Pokemon get mega evolutions, Birdkeeper Toby, I watched some of like his stuff he does with the Hidden Power podcast, and like I think a good point he brought up is that Pokemon Company really likes doing, like they would like to sell maybe like the Johto starters in their regional forms. But like in the same breath, if they were to sell them in their regional forms, 2 of the Johto starters would be French, and the other one would be from Hisui. So I don't even know if you can necessarily call that like, I mean, it is a trio, but I think if they're gonna sell, merch of the Pokemon together, I don't know they would do. I'm thinking about it now. I think they would just sell the 3 Hisuian Johto, the 3 Hisuian starters, and then the 3, Legends EA Mega Evolution starters. Like that's, I get where he was coming from, but like now I'm thinking about it. It's like, well, if they want to sell the Johto starters together, they just sell the Johto starters together. They don't have to sell their regional forms. So like I get where he was coming from, where he thinks like 2 Mega Evolutions and a Hisuian form, it doesn't really make much sense. He I guess from his perspective, he thought they would all be on equal playing field, and that would leave Snivy, Rowlet, and Poplio, I think, to get regional forms. But that might just, like I said, I've always said that Pokemon don't follow patterns, so they might just not even bother with all that. Some of the replies I saw on like a post that I got this image from was like, oh, Dragalge gets a mega, but Clauncher, its counterpart, doesn't. I mean, Beedrill got a mega evolution and Butterfree didn't. Butterfree ended up getting a Gmax form later down the line. So I don't think it's so far-fetched to like think that maybe they would just give these starter Pokemon mega evolutions. I mean, I think that just makes no sense to me. I don't know. Apparently, according to the leaks, there's no regional forms. I think that makes sense, especially if they're keeping mega evolution like alive with Pokemon champions. I think that's their way forward, is like yeah, Mega Evolution isn't just this gimmick that we're gonna throw away. We're gonna keep Mega Evolution a part of the main series going forward. I don't know, it makes sense to me that they would handle it this way, because I think a lot of people are kind of bitter about Mega Evolution because they're like, ugh, there's no point, it's useless. It's just gonna be thrown away. But nowadays with Pokemon Champions in the works, I don't think that's necessarily the case. Anyways, back to the point at hand. Scrafty Mega Evolution. Ooh. I personally, if I were to design a Scrafty Mega Evolution, I mean, what would you even do to the boy? If we're thinking like VGC, I think obviously Intimidate is a good place to start. He's got a pretty interesting type. He does kind of get screwed over by fairies though. You know what? Let's just make Scrafty Hitmontop, but better. Let's just take away the dark typing, give him Intimidate. I jest. And no, seriously, I don't know. Whatever they do though, I kind of hope they give him a new type. I don't think it happens often with Mega Evolution. Oh, no, it does actually. Give him like fighting poison or something. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I want him to be a poison type. I mean, he does kind of have like references to the poison type in his Pokedex entries, which is why I kind of brought that up. Either way, whatever they do with him, I'm super excited to see it. Mega Skarmory. Make it so his ability is, if you look at me, Stealth Rock, Spikes, and Toxic Spikes all 3 layers like of spikes and 2 layers of toxic spikes and 1 layer of Stealth Rocks. If you look at me, that's his ability. I don't know. Mega Skarmory would be cool. I think I've seen a lot of people upset about these Mega Evolutions, and I think my upset, and I feel like I'm. I don't know if it's necessarily upset, but the fact that there's even Kanto Pokemon on here. I mean, listen, I'm not that guy, but Toby, again, my boy Toby, he's made videos talking about like how many Pokemon, like how many Kanto Pokemon there are that don't have forms versus do, and I think like obviously if you don't include the base form, like obviously Seal isn't going to get a Mega Evolution. I mean, maybe a Seal could get a G-Max form. But I mean, he basically went over and was like, listen, like in terms of Pokemon that haven't gotten forms, there's like not that many left. Like a lot of Kanto Pokemon have either got a Mega, a G-Max, or a regional form or something, So like I kind of get, showing all the rest of the Kanto Pokemon some sort of love. I mean, there's only there's 3 of them on here that we know of, like Victory Bell, Starmie, and Clefable. Dragonite too, actually. Dragonite can have one though. Just for Mega Dragonite, I think I'm fine with that. I do wonder how they've handled the name. But yeah, Mega Dragonite would be nice. That's another one that a lot of people wanted to see. I think mostly just for the naming scheme. Chestnut, Delphox, and Greninja, honestly, the long overdue. They were the starters that, they kind of got overshadowed a bit by Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise. So, I give them a Mega. I think they deserve it. Frostlass. And yeah, that makes sense. I mean, Glalie has one, so I think giving Frostlass one wouldn't be, like, too unrealistic. Scolipede, I'm here for, because Scolipede, I think he needs a little bit more oomph. Yeah, I mean, he's a bug poison type, which is not a great type combination, to be honest. I don't know what they would just make him stronger, I guess. I don't know if you'd ever see much use in, my brain immediately goes to VGC, and I mean, I feel like a lot of these wouldn't see much use in VGC, but I mean, I guess it really depends. I think they've gotten better at designing Pokemon for like double battles. Clefable. I don't even think Clefable doesn't need a Mega Evolution. I don't even know what it would do with a Mega Evolution. But Barnacle, I'm honestly kind of stoked to see like how much more grotesque they could make him. He's honestly already kind of gross, so I'd be really happy to see more. Excadrill, I think they have to get rid of Sandrush. If they do, he cannot have Sandrush. That cannot be allowed. Mega Excadrill with Sandrush is not allowed. Halucha, I'm not really the biggest fan of Halucha. I'm curious what they would do for that. I can't really envision like a Mega Halucha. Urgalgi, yeah, I'm really interested because I mean a lot of Mega Evolutions like really changed my opinion on a lot of Pokemon. I mean, Mawile, I already liked Mawile a lot, but then they gave it the Fairy type and Mega Evolved it, and I just fell in love with Mawile so much more after that. Pyroar, dude, please give Pyroar something, man. Give Pyroar something. Make him a physical attacker. Make this be what Pyroar has had a dormant Moxie ability for all these years. Make him a physical attacker with Moxie. Like, just please save Pyroar. Phalanx. Saw some people upset about this too. I think Mega Phalanx has got a lot of potential. I remember seeing like G-Max Phalanx designs, and I don't know. I think Phalanx has a lot of potential of what you could do with a Mega Phalanx, like in terms of the formation and stuff. Like a lot of potential there. Kind of similar to maybe Mega Kangaskhan. Maybe they don't even change shape. Maybe they just change formation and they Mega Evolve and they become stronger. I don't know. Then there's Drampa. I like Drampa, but give him a little something more. I think that's fine. Victory Bell. I mean, I think Victory Bell needs something. And then Chandelure. Chandelure doesn't need anything, but it also is a fan favorite, so I can see why they would do that. Now, as for the bottom three over there on the right, those are like obviously like legendaries. I could see, I mean, I think just based on the fact that Pokemon marketed this game by saying Mega Evolution is returning, I do think it has to be a big part of the game. Like, reasonably, it does. So it would make sense if Floette could Mega Evolve. What if that form of Floette is a Mega Evolution and it's a permanent Mega Evolution? I don't know. Zygarde Mega Evolving is going to be interesting. Like, what... Can all three forms Mega Evolve? Like, what the hell? Zeraora? I mean, I feel like Zeraora is the biggest industry plant Pokemon. Like... Zeraora is so insane to me. He's like the big. What is Zeraora? What is that, man? I don't know. That is Pokemon Unite. That is Pokemon Unite.png. That is what Zeraora is. But yeah, I mean overall, I think I'm pretty. I think there's part of me that believes this. Obviously until I see literal in-game images, I'm not gonna fully believe it. But like, a lot of people seem to be backing this one as like, oh, this is credible. This is real. You know, a lot of people seem to think it's real, which makes me seem to think, okay, maybe it is. But until, you know, more information comes out, take it as a grain of salt. But ultimately, let me know what you think of these Pokemon, these Mega Evolutions. Let me know what you think they could do for them design-wise, battle-wise. What would you like to see? What other, you know, I think there's like 18 here. I just realized there's 26 here. There was 28 slots on this image. I'm very good at counting. So there's like 3 Pokemon that haven't been shown to have Mega. But I think there's meant to be 27, so there's 2 that haven't been shown on this. If this is all the Mega Evolutions, if this is all, are you guys disappointed? Are you guys happy? If this is what we get, I'm personally happy. I mean, obviously I'm biased because of Scrafty, but I think this is a good mixture of, there's not too many legendaries on there. There's not too many starters. You know, there's 6, which I think is fine. I think there's a good amount of middling kind of meh Pokemon that I would be pretty happy with it. All in all. But yeah, just let me know your thoughts, guys. I appreciate you checking out the video. Appreciate you listening to me yap about it. And I'll make more leak stuff if you guys want me to. As long as it's like something I think could be possibly real. Yeah, I guess we'll see.